In 1994, one of the most brutal rejections in entrepreneurial history unfolded in a small Hangzhou KFC. 24 ordinary people walked in for a basic entry-level job. 23 walked out hired. Every single average person got the chance, except one man. Only one applicant left empty-handed, Jack Ma. Days later, he tried again. 5 men applied to join the local police force. 4 were accepted. Once more, he was the only outcast. By his early 30s, the rejection tally was devastating. 30 failed job applications across every industry, plus 10 straight rejections from Harvard University. No privilege, no opportunities, no second chances. By society's rules, he was unemployable. Every institutional door slammed in his face. Every system labeled him inadequate. Every conventional metric marked him a failure. And yet, this man would go on to build one of the largest business empires in modern history. 99% of people would have quit, surrendered to their fate, and lived a quiet, ordinary life. Jack Ma did the opposite. He turned every closed door into his greatest advantage. The world only witnesses the glorious $500 billion outcome. It ignores the brutal, misunderstood process. Every rejection stripped away his limits. Every failure cleared space for greatness. What others saw as defeat, ancient Chinese wisdom recognized as refinement. He lost status. He lost pride. He lost the illusion of easy success. And in that empty space, vision and resilience were born. 2,500 years ago, Lao Tzu wrote in the Tao Te Ching, "A man who stands on his toes cannot stand firm. A man who rushes forward cannot walk far." Lao Tzu's ancient warning cuts straight to Jack Ma's story. Those who chase shortcuts, quick fame, and superficial success can never build anything lasting. Every conventional path was blocked for him. Every easy route was gone. But this was no curse. It was his superpower. Forced to abandon vanity and speed, he built unshakable resilience and grounded wisdom. Failure did not break him. It purified him, preparing him to build an empire no privileged insider could ever create. To understand why his success was inevitable, you must understand the rare, unorthodox grit forged in his harsh childhood era. Born in the 1960s, Hangzhou, he grew up in a China of scarcity and struggle, with none of today's wealth, opportunity, or global connection. There were no shortcuts, no family advantages, no elite networks to lift him up. His parents practiced a fading traditional art form. They had no money, no influence, no social status. Jack Ma started life completely zero. Zero connections, zero resources, zero privilege. Against all odds, he developed an obsession that would change China's future. Connecting with the Western world through English at a time when almost no one dared or cared. For 9 relentless years, every single morning before school, he cycled 40 minutes round trip, rain or shine, just to speak with foreign tourists. No pay, no grades, no rewards, just pure, unyielding consistency. While other kids played or rested, Jack Ma practiced. This daily, unglamorous discipline planted the seed of his future empire. Confucius taught, "I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand." Confucius' timeless principle perfectly defines his grind. True mastery never comes from reading. It comes from doing. While others learned passively from textbooks, Jack Ma learned through real-life action. This relentless hands-on practice forged the entrepreneurial instinct that would one day reshape global commerce. The world loves to romanticize Jack Ma's failures. But the full truth is far more brutal and far more powerful. He failed China's national college exam twice, barely scraping into a local teacher's university on his third try. While his peers chased high-status engineering and science degrees, he was left with a low-prestige English education major. After graduation, the real storm hit. He applied to 30 different jobs. Every single one rejected him. Every industry shut him out. He was the only ordinary applicant rejected for a basic KFC role. He was the only hopeful turned away from the local police force. No skill, no status, no opportunity seemed to favor him. Rejected 10 times by Harvard, he made a fearless prediction that sounded delusional to everyone at the time. One day, Harvard will be grateful they didn't take me. He knew what no one else could see. Being rejected from the elite track freed him to build an unprecedented track of his own. Normal people break after 5 rejections. They surrender after 10. After 30, almost everyone abandons their dreams entirely. But Jack Ma embraced a Taoist truth that changed everything. Rejection is not judgment. It is emptiness. And emptiness is the only place where greatness can grow. Taoism teaches, the usefulness of a cup is in its emptiness. Every no stripped away his reliance on status, privilege, and conventional success formulas. He lost the fake confidence of shortcut success and gained real wisdom. Success is never a straight line. These humiliating failures emptied his ego, grounded his mindset, and built the humble, sharp resilience that every world-class founder needs. At 30 years old, after a lifetime of nonstop rejection, Jack Ma stepped onto a plane for America and stumbled upon the technology that would rewrite China's future and launch his legacy, the Internet. In a Seattle office, he tested this strange new tool. He searched beer and saw results from every major country. Then he searched China. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not a single Chinese business. Not a single Chinese product. Not a single Chinese digital footprint anywhere online. While every Western investor saw an empty market, Jack Ma saw an unstoppable historic opportunity. He returned to China with a revolutionary mission no one believed in: to connect millions of overlooked Chinese small businesses to the global digital age. He gathered 17 friends in his tiny apartment, laid out his crazy internet vision, and warned them the odds of failure were massive. 12 people fled the risk. Only 5 brave souls stayed to build the impossible. With merely $60,000 in scraped-together savings and loans, Alibaba was born, not in a fancy office, but in a cramped residential apartment, against every odd imaginable. Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War, "Opportunities multiply as they're seized." While privileged entrepreneurs feared risk, Jack Ma's decades of rejection had trained him to seize the historic internet tide others were too blind to see. The early days were pure chaos and struggle. Jack Ma could not code a single line. He had 0 tech background, 0 investor support, 0 industry credibility. His tiny team worked 18-hour days, exhausted and underfunded, building a website that barely functioned. Investors mocked them. Industry experts laughed. And then the global giant eBay arrived. With hundreds of millions in funding, global dominance, and every advantage Alibaba lacked, the world assumed this tiny Chinese startup would be crushed instantly. In 2003, eBay marched into China like an unstoppable conqueror. By every business textbook rule, Alibaba was guaranteed to fail. But Jack Ma did not fight by textbook rules. He fought by ancient strategic wisdom. He deployed Sun Tzu's deadliest strategy: attack where your enemy is unprepared, appear where they least expect you. He refused to compete on eBay's Western battlefield. While eBay charged poor small merchants expensive fees, Alibaba went completely free. While eBay ignored rural Chinese factories, Alibaba centered them. While eBay chased elite urban users, Alibaba empowered the grassroots entrepreneurs no one valued. In just 3 years, the unstoppable Western giant surrendered. eBay fully retreated from China. Alibaba achieved the impossible, not by fighting harder, but by fighting smarter with ancient strategy. Alibaba's rise redefined global business. It merged the power of e-commerce, payment systems, and global logistics into one unstoppable ecosystem, a platform the world had never seen before. In 2014, Alibaba's historic IPO raised $25 billion, breaking global records overnight. The once rejected, unemployable young man from Hangzhou became one of the world's most influential visionaries. His creation, Singles Day, became the largest retail event on Earth, outperforming America's Black Friday and Cyber Monday combined. Every single day, his infrastructure powers millions of transactions, lifting countless ordinary people out of obscurity and into opportunity. This colossal empire began exactly where his story began: in rejection, in humility, in the empty space no one else wanted. Every failure was a brick in his billion-dollar foundation. This unbelievable underdog journey is not a modern miracle. It is the perfect living demonstration of 2,500 years of unbroken Chinese philosophical wisdom. Lao Tzu wrote, "The highest good is like water. Water gives life to 10,000 things and does not compete. It flows to places people reject, and in doing so, it is close to the Tao." Unlike arrogant competitors who fought to dominate and win, Jack Ma flowed downward. He embraced the rejected spaces, served the overlooked people, and built value where no one else dared to look. He did not compete with the strong. He served the neglected. He did not chase crowded glory. He cultivated abandoned ground and turned marginalized gaps into global greatness. Beyond Taoism lies the core strategic secret of his success: Shiri, the irreversible momentum of the times. Ancient Chinese strategists never fought against the tide. They studied the hidden trend, aligned with unstoppable momentum, and let history carry them to victory. They did not chase luck. They mastered timing and position. The internet was the unstoppable global Shy of the 1990s. Jack Ma did not create the trend, but he was one of the only people in China humble enough, observant enough, and failure-forged enough to seize it fully. His success was not luck. It was perfect alignment with history's tide. This is the timeless ancient power. Stay humble, observe deeply, wait patiently, and only move when the world's momentum is with you. Every single rejection Jack Ma endured was never a defeat. It was redirection. Every closed elite door pushed him away from ordinary success and forced him to build an extraordinary legacy only he could create. This is not empty motivation. This is proven, millennia-old Chinese philosophy that turns weakness into supreme strength. The Tao Te Ching reveals the hidden truth of all great success. Blocked paths are refined paths. Empty vessels are the only vessels capable of holding greatness. Soft, persistent patience always crushes rigid, arrogant power. Jack Ma learned this not from books, but from blood, sweat, and endless perseverance. 9 years of unrecognized daily grind, 30 soul-crushing rejections, and building a global empire purely from zero. If this story ignites you, if you want to uncover the hidden ancient wisdom behind China's greatest business stories, subscribe to the Shangdao. Every week, we decode legendary founder journeys through Sun Tzu, Lao Tzu, and 2,500 years of Chinese strategic wisdom. Next week, the man who built the world's most addictive app in secret, while governments around the world scrambled to stop him. The Zhang Yiming and TikTok story is coming. Subscribe now so you don't miss it.